What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hair Therapy. My name is Robert Alexander, and I am a hairstylist, wig maker, and extension specialist with nearly 15 years of professional experience. This episode is called EgoDeath because, as many of you may have noticed, there's tons and tons of ego in the beauty industry, and oftentimes it prevents professionals from cultivating more wholesome connections with their stylists. And adversely, it also makes it so that clients are not comfortable expressing themselves in the beauty space. And I want to speak to my experience with that. If this is your first time watching, the podcast was created for the exact purpose of cultivating and creating and curating a healthy space for both clients and stylists to have conversations so that we can begin to experience beauty in a more palatable, enjoyable way. If this sounds appealing to you, like and subscribe, and let's get the show started. So in today's episode, I want to talk about the importance of the death of the ego and also the importance of staying humble. Let's put on our little caps and go back in time once again to probably nearly 15 years ago, at the very beginning of my career. I got a referral to work at a salon downtown Detroit, and I was someone who, I did well in school, but I was also someone who got away with like breaking the rules. And I was the only guy in school. I had this long hair, and I used that to my benefit. And so I, in a lot of ways, kind of became like the star. And I really use that loosely, but in my own world, I was the star. And so I started this new salon downtown, and immediately, instead of being, the Beyonce of beauty school, I am the very newest bottom of the totem pole stylist in a brand new salon full of people who are experienced. And it was a bit intimidating, but also I felt confident because I'm the Beyonce of beauty school. What's up? So I go in there, and immediately I have to start paying rent, which was crazy. So it was $75 a week, which is not much at all. But at the time, I wasn't used to paying anything. So that was very intimidating. I was also not used to making real money. And I didn't have a job at the time. And in hindsight, this all turned out to be great things because it kind of fueled that fire for me to hustle. So I'm in this salon, and I'm only marketing on Facebook to people that I know, because at the time that was the extent of my network. I didn't even have an online presence. I was brand new. Oh my goodness. And so I tell everyone on my friends list on Facebook, hey, I'm a licensed hairstylist now. Come get it. It's hot, it's ready, it's yours. Let's go. And one guy specifically who had locks at the time decided to come give me a chance. And actually, I'm remembering a few people did come, and I'm just remembering how bad their hair looked. But it was the very humble beginnings. No pictures are available. I wish I had pictures. Back to the story. He had locks, and I had done locks in the past. I felt like I was familiar enough to do them because I dated someone that had locks, and I had gone to plenty of appointments. And so the guy, he comes, I do his hair, and I'm literally using this scalp oil. It's super soft. It has no hold to it. And one of the stylists that are there comes up to me, and she, calmly, respectfully, considerately says to me, hey, you might want to use like a gel, or you might want to use, something that's going to have some hold in it. And I don't remember exactly what I said to her, but the reaction was definitely like, I got it, like, I'm good. I know what I'm doing here. So she, again, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I gave that kind of energy, and I just remember her energy kind of said like, all right, do your thing then, Playboy. And so I did. I twist this man's hair with a soft oil, and oil does not dry. It's not water-based. It has no hold in it, nothing. So he sent it under the dryer, and the oil is just literally like melting, just absorbing into his hair. Nothing's happening. And he comes from up under the dryer, and it doesn't look good. It wasn't done right. The reason that I tell this story and share this story is because, first of all, I'm grateful that it happened early enough in my career, because this is another thing that shapes the way that I approach business today. Um, and also, I think that it's so prevalent now. For me, nothing has ever come quickly. So it's nearly 15 years in my career, and I feel like I'm just starting to feel like, oh, I actually know what I'm doing here. And there are new stylists out who are able to go viral really fast, which is a phenomenal skill, but there's nothing beyond executing the hair. There's no professionalism, there's no soft skills, there's no customer service. And the reason I bring it up is because I don't know if they have mentors, but I hope that more stylists are coachable and teachable and eager to learn and humble enough to recognize that there's always room to grow. And that's how I've been able to bring that tough lesson for me into my career all these years later. The way that I approach my clients now is I do my best to have them express themselves if they don't like something. And even with that, there's a way to ask the question. This is just an example. Do you like it? Automatically makes them want to say yes. But if you say, is there anything you want me to change? That makes it a little bit more neutral. And even if they don't say it, their eyes will go to it in the mirror. So there's a way to communicate with clients. There's a way to communicate with clients where the space feels safe for them to express themselves, because what I'm combating at my core is people who show up on TikTok sitting in their cars in tears because of the experience that they just had. All right, so now that we're present day, I want to talk about how this all shapes who I am as a stylist today. And so I talk about this on my TikTok, and I'll post this right here. In this video, I talk about how I did a service that I don't typically do and how essentially it didn't turn out well. Yeah, in some ways it was humbling, but it wasn't so humbling because I went into it knowing that there's always room for improvement. So the style was a quick weave. You can watch the video, I'll link it below. But it was a quick weave. I don't often do those, and I did not do a great job at it. And so my client told me, this isn't working out, and I offered to do it over for free, and it turned out amazingly. And I haven't edited the video yet, but that's also going to be available, but I'll post a picture right there. It turned out great. She was happy with it. I did a follow-up, and it was successful. And the reason that I bring that up is, had I not been, teachable and humble enough to admit where I was wrong and where I came up short as a stylist, it would not have really inspired much dialogue for her to say, hey, I'm not happy with this. Normally things are great, but this time it was not. How can we fix it? And that's what I want to speak to specifically today. It's important to play the long game with your clients. Even though I don't have a huge following on Instagram, I have a very nice client base, and I have clients who have been coming to me for over 10 years. And I think that that speaks more than having an excess of clients. Some could argue that there's no wrong approach to it, but I believe in operating in a way where people leave happy. And I also really believe in protecting my name and my brand. And so with that being said, if you're a client and you've had an experience similar to mine where you were able to express yourself and maintain a great relationship, I would love to hear about it below. And bonus points if you actually tag that stylist and give them their flowers, because I love to hear that. And if you're a stylist, I have created a program called the 5-Star Stylist. The 5-Star Stylist is a community for new and experienced hairstylists to elevate their client experience, grow their personal brands, and boost their earning potential. You can check it out with the link below. The first 20 people get to join for free. So jump on that, look around, let me know ways that I can improve it, and contribute to anything that you would like to add to the community. Until next time, let's get a conversation going in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon.